importance of robots in our society. Okay. Okay, so let's give you a little bit of history about robotics. Well, the term first came from a Czech writer named Karel Čapek, who made a novel in 1923, and he called robots robota, which means servitude or forced labor. That's very important, guys. And then a little bit later, like I think about 2 years or 3 years later, Isaac Asimov introduced the term robotics, which is more like the study of robots. And he also made the 3 laws of robotics, which are: number 1, a robot may not injure a human; number 2, a robot must obey orders from humans; and 3, a robot must protect its own existence. This is the most important, and this is like less important, and this is less important. So it always prioritizes like the human and safety. Isaac Asimov was like a science fiction writer in the 1930s, and he made a lot of novels about robots and science fiction, and a lot of the things he wrote are like the basis of what we have, like the notion of robots today, like the stereotypical robots.
Basic definitions. So here we put 3 concepts, which are robotics, robot, and bot. First, robotics is the design, construction, and application of machines. Robot, which means a machine programmed to perform the tasks that you order to it. And bot, which is basically a robot but without a physical structure, that is basically made up of software.
There are several robot characteristics. We will be talking about 5. Robots are reprogrammable, which means they allow to change process for new movements or new tasks that you ask them. They are repetitive. They have the ability to act as many times as programmed if you wanted to do it twice or if you wanted to do it 1,000 times. Manipulator, it allows objects to be moved around. They are capable of manipulating physical things, move them from one place to another, and that type of stuff. Multifunctional, various tasks. They cannot only do one thing, they can do 2 or 3 things, probably not at the same time, but they can be as efficient in one task as in the other one, and they are exact. They perform actions with the same precision, so they are exact, they are precise, their endeavor is very precise, and they act in the way you ask them to act.
So now, here's the importance of robotics. So first of all, robotics is like the future. So it's going to be very important in the future. And this is because robots increase productivity and efficiency by performing tasks repeatedly without getting tired. As we know, there are a lot of factories where robotics are important, like in the car factories that produce a lot of materials. And another importance is that they can improve the worker safety by doing jobs like in dangerous, toxic, or physically demanding environments, and different exhaust, but it can also take some jobs. But overall, it's like a great thing. Yes. And then robotic systems are vital for modern services, and they enable huge improvements in fields like precision sorting.
Yes. Now we'll take a look at a few videos. There's 2, and they're very short, but they're very important because their contents will be in the Kahoot. Okay, so pay a lot of attention.
Absolutely. Control C, Control E.
Oh no.
No ads.
No ads, no ads.
Oh no, you can't take the ad.
Marco, please.
Skip, please.
Pay attention, guys, pay attention.
Silence.
¿Algo sube el video?
Oh, how do we raise this up?
Press
Oh,
what is robotics? So what is robotics? So basically, robotics is an interdisciplinary branch of engineering consisting of mechanical engineering, electronics engineering, computer science engineering, and information science engineering. Now the word robotics was first coined by Isaac Asimov way back in 1940. And Isaac Asimov formulated the 3 laws of robotics. Now let's take a look at the 3 laws of robotics. The first law of robotics states that a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. Now let's take a look at the second law of robotics, which states that a robot must follow the commands given by a human being. Follow that this command doesn't conflict with the first law of robotics. The third law of robotics states that the robot must defend its own survival, provided that it doesn't conflict with the first law and second law of robotics. Now, since we are talking about robotics, let's understand what is the actual meaning of a robot. Now, the word robot comes from the Slavic word robota, which means work or labor. So a robot is basically just a machine that can be programmed to do a complex series of actions. So you see, every robot is a machine, but every machine is not a robot. So there are 3 pillars of robotics, that is sense, think and act. So if a machine can sense, think and act, only then it can be called as a robot. So a machine can be only classified as a robot if it can sense, think and act. So now let's take a look at the 3 pillars of robotics in detail. Point number 1, sense. Now we human beings sense the environment around us with the help of sense organs. However, a robot senses the environment around it with the help of sensors. Now a robot utilizes sensors to gather the information about its environment. Point number 2, think. We human beings think with the help of our brain. However, a robot processes the information and thinks with the help of microcontrollers and microprocessors. Now, point number 3 is act. Now, we human beings use our legs and arms for carrying out various actions. However, a robot uses motors and various other actuators for carrying out actions. Now, an actuator is basically just a machine that can convert energy from one form into another. In case of a robot, it converts energy from electrical energy into an actual mechanical movement. So, a machine can be classified as a robot only if it can sense, think and act at the same time. If it can only do one of these activities, it is not a robot, it's just a machine. So a robot can sense, think and act. Guys, if you really like the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel.
So that is the first video, guys. And we have another one right here.
From the same person?
No.
No.
Not in
This
this
one, like, everything we talk about about concepts.
Indian English.
Yes. Now this one is also very important for the food.
Not very nice.
We will give you candy.
Information.
The information is here in the video. Like, disappear video.
And act. Pay attention, guys. Pay attention.
Hello friends, I welcome you all to TechMind. I hope you all are doing well. Today's video is about robotics. Almost all of you have heard this term, and most of you might have studied about it. Let's do a quick revision together. Starting with the definition. Robotics is the intersection of science, engineering, and technology that produces machines, called robots, that substitute for or replicate human actions. A little bit more common term than robotics is robot. A robot is the product of the robotics field, where programmable machines are built that can assist humans or mimic human actions. Robots were originally built to handle monotonous tasks like building cars on an assembly line, but have since expanded well beyond their initial uses to perform tasks like fighting fires, cleaning homes, and assisting with incredibly intricate surgeries. As technology progresses, so too does the scope of what is considered robotics. In 2005, 90% of all robots could be found assembling cars in automotive factories. These robots consist mainly of mechanical arms, tasked with welding or screwing on certain parts of a car. Today, we're seeing an evolved and expanded definition of robotics that includes the development, creation, and use of bots that explore Earth's harshest conditions. Robots that assist law enforcement, and even robots that assist in almost every facet of healthcare. While the overall world of robotics is expanding, a robot has some consistent characteristics. 1. All robots consist of some sort of mechanical construction. The mechanical aspect of a robot helps it complete tasks in the environment for which it's designed. 2. Robots need electrical components that control and power the machinery. Essentially, an electric current, a battery, for example, is needed to power a large majority of robots. 3. Robots contain at least some level of computer programming. Without a set of code telling it what to do, a robot would just be another piece of simple machinery. Inserting a program into a robot gives it the ability to know when and how to carry out a task. Let's talk about the uses of robots. Robots are largely used to perform various tasks and to make human life easy. They are widely used in manufacturing, assembly and packing, transport, Earth and space exploration, surgery, weaponry, laboratory research, and mass production of consumer and industrial goods. We will discuss their uses in detail in another video. Till then, stay connected. That's all for today, guys. If you...
That's the second video. Wait. So now, finally, the Kahoot. Kahoot. We say the winner will have prizes, so please be...
You can choose